Hello, fellow knitters, and welcome to the Lopi podcast. I am here today, super cozy, athletic, a little après-ski perhaps. I'm wearing, this is the Ingrid sweater that I knit to fit me and my husband. For me, it's this super awesome, oversized fit. Feeling so cozy in it today. And I am also wearing this is one of my FOs for the week, a cast on and an FO in 1 week. This was my work knitting. It was perfect for work knitting. But I just drafted my own thing based on the gauge I like for socks. And this is some sock yarn I had left over. This is Mondim in their, I think it's color 40 or color 400, but it's natural. Both colors twisted in it are natural sheep colors. So you have the natural white sheep and then the natural brown sheep. It's such a cool yarn, but I think it makes a good little headband. So I've been feeling real cute today. We walked to the grocery store, picked up our groceries, and then walked home. So I wanted something a little sporty, cozy, because it's a little early morning grocery run. But yeah, so that's what I'm wearing today. Feeling very cozy. Let's talk about knitting this week. What have you guys been knitting? I hope everything's been going good. Your projects have been going smoothly and you're not too stressed. Sometimes I do think knitting does stress me out a little bit, even though it's supposed to calm me down. Sometimes it can be a lot, especially when you're excited for all the things you could knit, but you realized your limitations of what you can knit right now, because you can only have so much knitting time in your whole lifetime. So to get started, I want to talk about my finished objects for the week. It's this, and this technically is a finished object because I altered it slightly. I think last week I was talking about how I needed to finish the collar because I ripped back and we wanted some changes to it, but it's now a finished object. My husband has been wearing it to work and just to hang out. He really loves it, which it's so great when you knit for somebody and they actually really love it and really wear it and incorporate it into their wardrobe. It feels really good. So I made it for both of us and we kind of fight over it a little bit. Some days I want to wear it to work because it looks really cute with a collar under, and sometimes he wants to wear it to work. So whoever grabs it first gets it is the rule. So it's really fun to be able to share a wardrobe piece with him because we're such wildly different sizes. It's nice that we can both wear it. I have been thinking about what I want to knit him next because it was so rewarding for him to actually love what I made him that now I'm just thinking about what I want to make him next. And I think, it would be so cool if I could make him some color work. A traditional color work sweater would be really awesome because I think those look so cool on men, and then the oversized look on women looks really good in a more traditional sweater. So that must be somewhere down the line. I don't have any yarn for it. I haven't bought anything for it. I'm not making any concrete plans because again, there's only so much knitting time to be had, and my queue on Ravelry is very long. But the queue in my mind of what's up next, there's not space for it right now. But maybe I'm looking forward to it. I really have been wanting to get back into some color work. For whatever reason, it seems a little daunting to me. Maybe it's just because it's charted, so I have to look at a chart and I prefer to look at nothing. But that's definitely a goal, something I'm excited to get more into. And I'm sure as I get better at it, I won't have to rely on the chart quite so much. So yeah, that's my FOs for the week. I'm wearing them both. So my whips for the week, I have been busy. So I cast it on. Let me show you my work knitting first and keep it in this cool little bag. Good for just shoving in a different bag. So this is my work knitting. I cast on some socks. I don't really love the way this looks as you knit toe up for a ribbed sock, but this sock pattern is awesome. I have some finished ones actually. Here's a pair that's finished. This sock pattern is awesome. I love it. These are the DRK Everyday Socks by Andrea Mowry. I just love a ribbed, more athletic looking sock. So I kind of want a good stash of these kind of socks for my wardrobe. So that's why I cast on for my work knitting. I stole the cord because I only have one cord for the mini size and it's on one of my whips right now. I keep this in the work knitting bag. This is my makeshift sock ruler. If you guys don't know what a sock ruler is, it's like as you're making the sock, especially for toe up, this is how I use it. You would like, oh, I can't do it because I don't have my cord, but you just slide your sock on it as you go. And here I have marked my preferred spot for a toe up fleegle heel. That's where I need to start my increases for my gusset. So I just keep this piece of cardboard, take it to work every day. How nice. I think maybe someday eventually I'll get like one of the real ones, but I'm a big fan of just like using what you have until it's time to upgrade. Like something like that would be great to tell somebody to give you as a gift. So like save it for something like that is kind of what I'm thinking. But for now, cardboard works great. Maybe I'll add some tape to make the edges a little more smooth. That's my only thing. But as a part of my work knitting bag, I keep this. If you're a stationery head, you might recognize this is just a naked traveler's notebook. So this is a notebook insert actually. And I keep it bound together with this binder clip. And I have on the binder clip some stitch markers because you always need to have some stitch markers around. But this is just a inserted notebook for a traveler's notebook system. And I keep little notes in here. So like, I don't want to like show you exactly what's written because I wrote down my sock pattern. So what I do is I write down the details of the pattern so I know step by step what I want. And I have these cute little markers, they're brass. And then I use it to hold where I am. So like say you have for a sock, you're doing your increases. So that's gonna be a round 1 and then a round 2, and then you're gonna repeat those 7 more times. So here I'm able to put on both of my little brass clips to point to where I'm at. So if ever I'm like, this is good for if you're traveling or like knitting on the go, knitting at work. So if ever I get distracted, pulled away from what I'm doing, I can easily track, oh, I was on round 1 and I'm on the second repeat of my repeats. I think other people prefer to just count the stitches all the time, but I really love like visually tracking. So I think that's a really fun way to do it, is to have these little brass pointers pointing to exactly where I am in my pattern, which I just notate down. So that's what I've been trying. I've been really liking the little system. I've just been trying different things for knitting on the go because that's kind of one of my big goals, is to just always have a little knitting project with me. The goal for this sock is to be a part of my wardrobe because I have a vision. I recently bought a pair of docks. So socks and docks is what I'm thinking. Here is my new pair of shoes. They are, I don't even know what they're called anymore because Doc Martens uses numbers for their styles, but it's like the low docks. So they would just be so cute with some socks, either going like all the way up or just some ankle socks that are like hand knit, ribbed, cute colors. Like, it's gonna be so fun. I do have some concerns. Let me show you what happened. So I'm still in the break-in phase of my Doc Martens. They're kind of famous for being really hard to break in because they're pretty stiff leather. So I don't know if this is going to be the shoe forever or if it's just the break-in phase, but it really ate through this sock. So yeah, you can see, let's see, let me show you. You can see it's like pilling like mad at the ankle where it is the most painful for the break-in. And it's also worn away enough. Can you see? Yep, there's my fingers. So you see that very specific spot it has worn through. So it's hard for me to tell at this point if it's my gauge maybe is a little too loose. It's the fact that I'm using Mondim, which is a fully natural, no nylon, or if Doc Martens are never gonna work with socks. So it could be any sort of problem. I think for now, these will just be house socks. Unless I guess I could mend them and then wear them out. But I definitely need to fully break in my docks before I put hand knits in them again. As for the nylon content, I'm pretty gung-ho about using natural fibers. So I really love Mondim for that reason. And it's so well spun that I think the problem is not the yarn, the problem is me, is what I'm saying. So I think if I continue to have problems, I'm gonna go down a needle size and see if that fixes it. But I don't mind having a house sock or like a sock for in bed at night. Like this is perfect for that, even if I don't wear it in my docks anymore because they got truly deeply eaten alive. And that was 2 days. That was 2 wears of those socks. So that's a little shocking to me. And it's definitely where that ankle spot is, where it needs to be broken in. So we're monitoring the situation for the dachshund socks. It is still a dream. I will make it work, but we need to monitor the situation to strategize for continuing forward. But yeah, that's my work knitting. That's my work cast on. And it all fits in this lovely little bag, which I love to just be able to take with me super easily. My other cast on for the week is Lanark. This is a 1/4 zip. And I'm already to the body. Oh my gosh, it's going to be so cute. So this is in half fisherman's rib. So it has that squish. And I've already finished the zipper part. So we're ready to just knit the whole way on the body, which is the best part of a sweater for me. I love that part. But like, oh, can you see it? It's gonna be so cute. This is gonna be true après ski. I'm so excited for it. I need to go look for a zipper. Hopefully I'll be able to find one in a store. There's a really good store called Gather Here, which is knitting and sewing. So I'm sure I'll be able to find a zipper. It is quite a long zipper. The zipper that I had in stash was way too short. It only like went to here. So we're gonna have to look out for that. But this, the pattern has been a challenge. I know that some people, well, like just in the Ravelry page, there's a lot of comments of like, there were mistakes, the pattern was re-released. I think it's just a complicated pattern to write. And there's like, some of the wording was definitely confusing to me, but I think I figured it out. I think I'm doing pretty good. And now that we're through this complicated section, it's gonna just go so well. So I'm so excited. And it's gonna be so squishy and lovely. I used this little bowl as a little knitting bowl. I'm really hoping that I get like a yarn holder to like hold my yarn. I don't know if it has like a technical name, but like where you can draw from it really easily. I'm hoping I'm getting one for Christmas or my birthday because I sent the link to my husband and I don't know, it seems like things are going really good. The last thing I have is another whip, which should have been a finished object, but I just I don't know. For some reason, knitting a button band seemed complicated for during the work week knitting because I'm so tired after work some days. So I don't want to do the math required, but it'll be fine. So here we are. We are on, this is my Maggie cardigan. This is where we are. Really, it could have been finished. I could be wearing it this week, but I took a break and cast on Lanark instead. So I am finishing up. I'm ready for the bind off for this sleeve. The other sleeve is bound off. The bottom is bound off, so we're ready to pick up for our button bands after I finish this guy. And that's my last step. So once I finish the button bands and the collar, I'll have a cute little cardigan. I plan to wear this like, the original idea was to wear it as like a shirt, like next to the skin, always buttoned up, like not with stuff under it, not as a layering piece. But it turned out more oversized than I thought. So we'll have to see how I style it. This is in Holst Garn Coast, which is a cotton wool blend. And I've never worked with a cotton wool blend, so we'll see how it wears. I think it's looking pretty good. The gauge is a little loose, so it looks a little casual, but we'll have to see when I get the button band in what the vibe is. But I have buttons. I bought them at Gather Here. They are super cute buttons. I bought the same size as was recommended, and they're just kind of like a beigey color. So it's almost a color match, but a little bit darker, so it's kind of like a tonal thing. I think it'll go well. So hopefully that will be an FO. All right, well that has been my knitting for the week. So thank you for watching. Let me know what you are knitting on. So if you have any tips for natural yarn socks, please leave them below because clearly I need some help to be able to wear my socks and my dogs. So let me know about that and have a wonderful week knitting. I hope it's relaxing. I hope you have all your finished object dreams because finishing an object is such a good feeling. So I'll see you next time I film. Thank you for watching the Lopi podcast, and if you'd like, comment below, subscribe, or like the video. Bye bye!